All right, so I am killing two birds in one stone for a neighborhood tour here in Marietta. We're in the Highland Ridge subdivision. We've had sales from the high sevens all the way up to just over $1 million for a property just over 6,000 square feet with a pool and really nice backyard. I hope you could tell I'm kind of going uphill right now. My client is a doctor and her mother is concerned. What if she gets called into work and you've got to get out of the neighborhood? So hopefully the video translates for her, but also making this public as well. So people can kind of get an idea of what something on the north side looks like in Marietta. Something about this neighborhood that is special is the school district. So you do have nice homes. You're looking at 3 to 5,000 square feet on average. With the topography here in Georgia, you do have a lot of hills. It's not flat like when I go visit my wife in Michigan. Everything is flat. Riding a bike is great. You can ride for miles like it's nothing. Me, I can barely make it out of my subdivision, even though there's no big hills. Just getting around on a bike, it's a workout. So you do have that here. I'm at a high point right now. And just to kind of show, and for my client, this is where you would come in to the right. It's not a big hill or anything like that coming in. But then, if you can tell on the video, you do head down. I would say this is steep. Not anything that you would be annoyed with on a daily average or anything that you'd be concerned about. Kids would love this on a bike. This is a turn here that I'm on. It's not a steep turn. I guess I'm more so showing the houses here. I'll get in the middle of the road. So it's a good neighborhood, good winding roads. You do have amenities here. Again, this is kind of impromptu for a client, so I don't have a drone pilot and photographer with me to kind of get an idea and show you. Maybe I'll see what I can find online to give an idea of what the amenities look like. But I just took basically a big loop around the house that I just showed to my client's mother. And I will most definitely say turning this way, the hill is going to be not as steep as the other hill coming in. All right, so I've shown you some of the houses over there. Here's a home that recently sold. And like I say, high sevens. Even if it's not on a basement, which most of them are, it's going to be in the sevens. This part of Marietta for this subdivision is not too far from Kennesaw. I don't know if you know about Kennesaw Mountain, and a lot of people love the nature and the things that you can do. They either in the morning go up to Kennesaw Mountain, work out, walk up the mountain, or take a look at some of the Civil War things, commemorating battles and where they staged before coming down to Atlanta, burning it down. That I believe they staged in on Kennesaw Mountain, near Kennesaw Mountain, something like that. So a little bit of history right there. But as you get up close to these mountains, a lot of the subdivisions will have this topography, winding roads. Overall, though, I think you can really see it's a beautiful, beautiful subdivision. So this is a different street. Actually, no, this is the same street. So this is going to take me, I'm going to show you, for my client watching this, I'm going to show you what it is like going up the hill the other way. And I'll try to get on the other side of the road so you can kind of see. All right. So the house is about here. They're getting some driveway work done, some construction stuff. One of the things that happens when you get into this price range, obviously you have to have more income to afford it. But this side of town with the higher incomes, you do get people that have more disposable income. So you'll see a vast difference in the quality of the home, even in an older subdivision. Some of these homes have been very well cared for. They've had things renovated, they've had things taken care of. You know, you've got to paint. Even if it's a brick home, you have to paint your trim work. You got to keep the paint fresh on it. You got to change the roof. You got to do the landscaping. I see someone right there. That's a retaining wall with flagstone on it that someone's done. You got to take care of all these things. It's a beautiful landscaped home there. They've done some stuff too. And yeah, coming out this way, this hill right here is way steeper than that first hill I went up. Again, not annoying to drive up, but client's concern is, what if there's snow and ice? Which is, yeah, we'll have snow, but it's rare to get ice over here. And so for those looking to move to Atlanta, and you're in that kind of price range, you really want to be in a really good school district. Not Sprayberry. This is Lassiter for high school. Actually, let me back up and show you the amenities. When you get into East Cobb, a lot of the high schools especially are going to be highly rated. People want to send their kids there. And when you have choice, this is what people choose. An interesting fact about this subdivision is that, at least for the last 6 months, nothing has stayed on the market for more than a week. As we take a look at what's a clubhouse, we've got a pool, and they're doing some construction outside of the neighborhood. This is interesting because in most subdivisions after Labor Day, they close the pool, but that one appears to still be open. Looks like they voted on that, which makes no sense to me. Why close it after Labor Day? It's still hot enough. Very nice tennis facility. It's got the black on the fencing, so you can't really see in detail. But this is the difference a school district makes and a desirable area with plenty of amenities. The difference is, and I just noticed this, looks like sidewalks only on one side of the street instead of two sides of the street. Pointing that out from a client. But the difference is good school district, good quality homes, good income in the area, and a low inventory market, even though people are complaining about interest rates and all this other kind of good stuff. People buy and sell for reasons. Those reasons will never go away of why you need to buy and sell. And with that, none of the homes in here, because of demand and a low supply, stay on the market for more than a week. Another interesting fact is none of the homes that have sold this year have sold for at or below their asking price. They've all sold above asking price. Now, was it $1,000 or $2 or was it $5,000? You know, it wasn't always a big amount. There was one, I believe, that sold for $50,000 over asking price. That shows me it got into a bidding war. So this side of town, it has a demand to it. All right, so here's the other kind of entry to a different version of Highland Ridge. This is the estates. These are newer. Maybe when I have some time, I'll do another tour of this subdivision. Again, these are most definitely.
New text message from 2721 canceled.
Cool. Beautiful homes though. But one way you could tell that this is a much newer subdivision, besides the obvious, is can you see that there is not one single mailbox? So that was Highland Ridge, the original we were in. They found some land outside of it. They did Highland Ridge Estates. Looked to be maybe bigger, most definitely newer, really nice, but there's no mailbox. If you're building a subdivision and there's more than a handful of houses, see that box right there, just like you have in an apartment? They require you to do that. It saves the federal government a crap ton of money on gas because postman doesn't have to drive to every address. He only has to drive to the box, and it saves him on gas. So one way you can tell if it's a newer subdivision, is if you have one of those or not. So appreciate you guys coming along. Again, this was impromptu, wasn't necessarily planned, didn't have all my data, and like I said, couldn't call a photographer out and get some drone shots and all that kind of good stuff. But had to do it for my client, and I'm sharing it with you. Appreciate your time.